Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation is from Maj Mahalla Panjwa. Visar nahi Evad Datey, kar kirpa bhagtan sang rate. Din srain jyo tudd ਧਿਆਈ, ਇਹੋ ਦਾਨ ਮੋਹਿ ਕਰਨਾ ਜੀਓ। माटी अंधी सुरत समाई, सब किछ दिया भलिया जाई। आनंद विनोद चोज तमासे, तुद भावै सो होना जियो। जिसदा दिता सब किछ लैना, छत्ती अमृत भोजन खाना। सेज सुखाली शीतल पवना, सहज केल रंग करना जियो। सा बुद्ध दीजै जित विसर नाही, सा मत दीजै जित तुद ਧਿਆਈ। ਸਾਸ ਸਾਸ ਤੇਰੇ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਵਾਂ, ਓਟ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਚਰਨਾ ਜੀਓ। So Guru Arjan is addressing the self. Show compassion, he says, and keep me in the midst of your devotees. Kar kripa bhagtan sang rate. So that you're never forgotten. And he addresses the self as the beneficent one. Visar nahi Evad Datey. In other words, the Guru is asking for the benediction and the gift of awareness of the self, day and night. Dinas rehn jio tud ਧਿਆਏ. May my attention forever be in awareness of your presence. So this is really being asked as a gift, significant. And then he moves on to the second section where he's talking about Mati Andi Surt Samai. You animate inert clay with consciousness. You provide everything, sab kuch diya. And you give us a pleasing habitat, Paliya Jiyo. And by your provision are all manner of happiness, pastime, recreation, and plays made possible. Anand, bliss or happiness. Binod, recreation, pastime. Choj tamase, plays, wondrous plays. These are all made possible because of your beneficence and the fact that you have animated inert matter with your consciousness. And of course, as it pleases you, he says, it comes to pass. Tud pave so hona jiyo. And then a reminder, jisda ditta sab kich lena. From the one, we receive everything. Steadily and surely we receive this sustenance. Sej Sukhali, Sital Pavana, Sahaj Kel Rang, Karana Jiyo. This is basically listing out of the habitation that we have found ourselves in, of the playful enjoyments that we essentially indulge in, sustenance, rest, all of this is being supplied to us. And in the end, he asks for Sa Buddh Dija Jit Visare Nahi. Nanak seeks the refuge in Guru wisdom. Ot Nanak Gur Charna Diyo, that wisdom will then direct my awareness to your presence. Sa Mat Dija Jit Tud Dhiyai. And again he asks for a discerning intellect. Sa Buddh Dija Jit Visar Nahi, so that every breath I may glorify you. So let's see what message we can take away from this. Now, as we've seen in the opening section, there is a plea being made for the gift of self-awareness and self-realization. Dan is the term used, and it means charity or donation. Now, that would suggest to us that the state of being of the mind that Guru Arjan is asking for is indeed to be received and not gained through any self-effort, because all volition stems from haume, the ego. And home is precisely what needs to be transcended. And so you can imagine how difficult that might be, as difficult as biting one's own teeth. That's why it is to be asked, it is to be received. And perhaps the most significant point of the passage is in the second section, where the Guru says that there is no sphere of existence, organic or inorganic, that does not contain the spark of consciousness, Mati Andi Surta Samai. So this would suggest to us that creation is the totality of untold numbers of sparks of consciousness. That is, you, me, and everybody else. We are all sparks of this one consciousness in the universe, and each one wrapped in a dust of inert matter. Perhaps not that inert. That's the point. Our eternal consciousness is housed in a biodegradable vessel, the body, and that is where our dysfunction begins. Because body-mind consciousness, Haume, misidentifies its true nature by identification with objects. And eventually what happens is it comes to relate to the world cognitively, conceptually, rather than experiencing it as a live, throbbing reality. In other words, we cease to become creative and become more conditioned. We act out of associations and memories that bind us. This is another way of saying that our awareness of our true selves as the self diminishes because we are wrapped by the dust of inertia. So in each moment, so Guru Arjan is instructing us that our task is to recover the original state of consciousness, one that is fully imbued with awareness of the self. A-sabad-a-day, jit visare nahi, sa mat jit tud tyai. So this is really revolutionary, the ramification of this teaching, because the Guru is saying in the end, Saas tere gun gawa, ot nanak gur charna jiyo. Glorification. What does that mean? It means that in each moment of existence, there is the potential of being creative and in service to humanity. That is what is being asked for, that awareness, which is always creative, always in service of humanity. That is Sikhi. With those thoughts, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.